Hey, welcome back. All right, so today we're just going to do a real simple camera fade. I'll show you what the difference is here in a second. If you're just now joining us in this video series, you can go ahead and check me out at Putting on the Fritz 3D Visualization and get caught up on the rest of the videos prior to this. Or if this is all that you need, great. We're going to go ahead and jump into that right now. All right, so what I mean by the camera fade is if we take a look at our scene right now and I hit play, okay, our camera just boom, we just all of a sudden pop in there, right? And I'm gonna hit stop on that one. If I bring in the demo one that I've been working on, and it's really kind of subtle, so you're not really going to see a huge difference, but if I hit play here, we kind of get a little bit more of a fade in, and it's actually going to be better once we get the player going, and when the player dies there'll be a fade out and then a fade in, so we'll have this kind of combined timing so that it fades out a little bit nicer, and I'll show you what that looks like. So if I hit play and I go through my volume over here, I get this slow fade out and then we get that fade in. Alright, so and really maybe it's more of a fade out, but we're going to need this anyway for the next one. So we're going to go ahead and jump into that real quick because this is just a real quick, simple blueprint that we can just get knocked out, get it done, and we'll have it to pull back on anytime we want it. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to put this one up here at the very top, okay? And we're going to use this event right here. We're just going to pull this out, okay? And let me get my head out of the way. Okay, so this event plays the one that's already sitting over here. Just grab that, drag it over, and then the next thing we want to do is we're going to pull off of there. Okay, and we're going to get the one that says start camera. And okay, we're going to have to get the camera first. So let's do that. Okay, so we're going to right click instead. We're going to get player camera manager. Okay, so we're going to get this one right here, get player camera manager. And if you haven't figured out by now, based on what we're doing, whenever we drag off of one of these, it'll make a guess and make available to us certain functions and capabilities that we may want to add into our game based off of whatever we're pulling into there. And that's kind of what we saw there when I pulled off event begin play. The start camera fade is not available because I don't have a camera node that I'm pulling off of. I'm pulling off an event begin play. So if we type in start camera fade, it'll pop up as an option now. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and connect this up to there. And now we're going to go ahead and create another variable just so we can throw that in here. And if we want to go back in and adjust the length of the duration, and we may want to use this duration for other things as well, but we're going to name this one duration fade, so we know very well what this is. Okay, and instead of a boolean, this is going to be a float, and you can either change it down here to float, or over here in the detail section you can change it to float. You can also change the name up here at the top. Now again, we need to compile it so that we can put a time in there. And this duration fade is 2 seconds. So we're just going to type 2 in there, hit enter, compile it, save it, and this time I'm going to remember to actually drag it into the scene. We're going to get it, and we're going to connect it here to duration. We're going to just go ahead and select that whole thing, hit C to comment it, and this is going to be called camera fade. I'm just going to leave this one gray. All right, we're going to compile it, and we're going to save it. Right up here at the top where it says from alpha. So this is how we can dictate the color that it's going to go from and to. So 0 to 1. So 0 is fully transparent and 1 is an opaque solid color, so we can even pick the color. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So it doesn't necessarily have to even be white or black. It can be transparent to a solid color. So right here we're going to type in 1. We're going to go from alpha. So we're going to go from an opaque color to a transparent color. Now let's try this again. See if I got this right. It may not do anything, but we'll see. All right, there you go. We had a little bit longer fade in. You can see that how that worked. Okay. So we're going to end up using this again, and we're going to create a camera fade for when we have the kill trigger as well. All right, so and I think I'm going to leave it at 10 because that actually kind of gave it a nice long kind of lead in there. All right, that's it for this video. Again, if you have any questions, put them down in the comments. If you liked what you saw, please like the video and subscribe. I'll see you next time.